Morning, happy Sunday. I put some essential oils on me this morning, hoping that the mix that I came up with will keep the mosquitoes away from me. I did a little lavender, a little peppermint. Morning. And so I put some on my neck and my jawline, a little bit more. Right now I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the peppermint. Boy, if you want to wake up a little bit more in the morning, you just put a little peppermint on your body and get outside. It'll definitely give you a feeling of cooling down, you know, because it is very cooling. But that mix should help. I'm hoping it helps. I know that the skeeters do not like lavender. And I was kind of reading about some different recipes about the lavender essential oil and maybe a little bit of peppermint and a little bit of eucalyptus. Look how pretty. And pretty flowers. I'm always discovering these pretty flowers. Ooh. That's a different type of bumblebee. Or I don't even know if that is a bumblebee. Just flew away. So anyways, I put some on my ankles and put some on my neckline and edge of my face, my ears. I feel like the mosquitoes really like to get me in that area. Good morning. Look at these pretty little flowers. Happy Sunday. Just getting a little skip in my step. I like to try to get out a little bit before Sunday services. Y'all, I'm loving mixing my mushroom coffee in with regular coffee. Like, I put a scoop and a half in there, and you know, I'm a half and half honey and cinnamon girl. I love to put, that's how I doctor my coffee up. And it's probably a little more foo-foo than most people, but I don't make it super sweet, but if I do, it's honey. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. But yeah, I'm just experimenting with the mixture of essential oils just to see. I'm really curious to see if it'll keep the bugs off me. Here's my artichoke, little artichoke flowers. I know they're not really artichokes. I call them that because they look like the inside of an artichoke. If you've ever seen an artichoke grow, you know, when you boil them and you go to eat them and you peel them apart and you take all that little hairy stuff out, that hairy stuff was the purple flower that looks just like that flower over there. Here's some more mullein. Supposed to be medicine growing in our backyard. That mullein is used for so many different things. You'd have to go on and look it up. And I believe it's like an ibuprofen, natural ibuprofen, if you needed it to be, and you know, maybe pain reliever type thing. I could be wrong. It could be an antioxidant. I don't know. I'm on this one page and I'm always looking at stuff and discovering new things. And then they're talking about lettuce, wild lettuce that we have, you know, growing in the yard and stuff, you know, all the things that we see. Ooh, that was a big old, sorry, that was a big, huge bug. It's like Okay, I have essential oils all over me. Stay away. But anyway, the wild lettuce is supposed to be like a valerian root type thing. You know, it's got a little bit of a, well, it's got probably more than a little bit of a medicinal properties in it. And then this little white flower over here, I shouldn't say little because sometimes it's really big. No, this little piece right here, this is supposed to be another type of medicinal wild plant, you know, that grows. I haven't tried them yet, and I'm really curious. So basically this lady was making a tea. She took that wild lettuce, and then she had one of those little tea kettle things. It's clear, and she boiled it down, and then she steeped it, and it had the little steeper screen thing in it, and then she just squished out all the tea and or all the juices from the leaves, and made herself a tea. And Blue Rancher. Oh, it looks like masked puffs. Looks like somebody threw their little puffer box outside. Their little tobacco, whatever. Little litter bugs. I think that wild lettuce was, I mean, gosh, I could be wrong, but this looks like dandelion. I don't know. When the leaves get really big, you know, it's like that stuff right there. Dandelion leaves look sometimes a little bit like that wild lettuce, because I see the wild lettuce everywhere, but when it's real little like that, it's hard to, for me, it's hard to tell. But anyway, I think it's the neatest thing that we can, you know, just pick this stuff that's just growing wild everywhere in our backyard and stuff. Woo! My skin feels icy, like I put, you know, like icy hot all over me. It's from peppermint essential oil. I had it in a little spray jar, and it was it was peppermint essential oil little jar, and I thought, and it had a sprayer on it, so I thought, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and add, you know, I don't know, a few, maybe 10 drops. I added 10 drops to it. Ooh, another black flying bug. It's like, get away from me. Maybe they're attracted to it, I don't know. But I added the lavender to that, and then I shook it around and sprayed it on me. It's like, okay, I'm running into these big old hunkin' flying bugs. Maybe I'm just, you know, walking through their little territory here. It's like, I'm gonna be a crazy woman if they get stuck in my hair. So anyway, yeah, it feels good walking when it's warm. It's actually, I don't know, it doesn't feel super hot. It could be usually super hot, but then again, I have peppermint spray all over me, so it feels pretty neat. I like that feeling. Of course, I'll have to get it down as far as like the recipe of how much, how many parts. And then I had the oil buddy, you know, that I rub it in with, which is the little coconut oil. Anyways, happy Sunday, y'all. Good to see y'all. Finishing up my first cup of coffee with a little bit of my mushroom coffee mixed into it. Give me a little skip in my step. All right, y'all. I'll keep you posted on the essential oils. See how it works with bugs. So far, I feel like I've ran into a few big old huge flying bugs, but for the most part, don't really have any gnats around me, so that's good. So I'll keep you posted on essential oil mixes and stuff, because I'm not sure what the recipes are. I just, like I said, I had a little bit of peppermint oil with a sprayer on it, you know, on the little bottle, and I just added some lavender to it. So we'll go from there and see. But yeah, I'm feeling like I got that icy cooling, you know, back pain roll-on stuff on me right now, because my arms are really cool. They're tingly. I put some on my ankles for sure, because I always feel like if I'm gonna have a mosquito bite, they're gonna be on my ankles. But lately they've been getting my neck. So hopefully this will be the remedy. Hear the cicadas. Woo! Good morning. So I don't know about you guys, but I love to smell the essential oils in like a diffuser. And so like in my little head spa, that little suite is so tiny that it doesn't take, all you have to do is put like a drop on my hands, rub my hands together, and I'll use a little bit of coconut oil if I want to spread it around like on me, or take it to my customer's neck and shoulders. And sometimes I'll just go down their arms with it, not necessarily massaging, I'm just rubbing it onto their arms and their hands. And they say it is that for one drop of essential oil, they say that is the best smell. So, and sometimes I use a massage blend, but there's times when I just get like, if I've got 10 little essential oil bottles sitting in front of me, I'll just mix a few, and I go by smell. I'll look at it and I'll go by smell. And they all have like healing properties in them, I know. And it's not like I know that right, you know, off the cuff, like what each one does. But I tell you, that whole entire room, the one girl that has a room right next door to mine, she's an esthetician, and she said every time she comes in, and she knows that I've been there, because she said when she walks into, you know, the tanning salon that my little suite's in, she said she can smell it, and she said it smells wonderful. So that's a good, you know, that's good to hear. And for me, I don't know about you guys, but man, I love things to smell good. Like, I'm all about good smelling shampoo, conditioner, but I always tell my customers when they ask me, they're like, you know, what do you recommend? And I'm for the more natural, so I'm all about less chemicals in a shampoo, conditioner. And if you're chemically altering your hair, just highlighting and putting color in it. Of course, your hair is going to be drier, so you do need moisturizing elements in your shampoo, right? In your shampoo and conditioner. But you're mainly getting your, you know, the shampoos to cleanse, right? And so I'll add a drop of an essential oil in there. And because the shampoo is to cleanse the head, right? It's to cleanse the scalp. And then once you break it down and put it, you know, break it down into a foam, that's the cleansing part of it. And then you rub the rest of that into, you know, the ends of the hair. And then the conditioner is what is for the hair, right? It's for the hair, not the scalp. And so that's what I recommend. And I tell people for the aromatherapy, if you want to just bump up, you know, the smell, you know, add a drop of your favorite essential oil, you know, and I can hook you up or whatever, but I would love to hear like what your favorite smell is of essential oil, because it helps me, because then I'm like, oh, you know what, I think I'll try that. But also too, if you know of any, you know, therapeutic, you know, essential oils, you know, for different, like, what do you use an essential oil for, you know, mostly? You know, is it for the smell? Is it for, you know, some kind of healing element that it offers? You know, I'd love to hear, because I'm always learning. And I joined an essential oil doTERRA group to where they share, you know, they share recipes. It's like being on a cooking group, you know, sharing recipes. So, and it's been good, because I'll add that to my shampoo and conditioner. And it helps. If anything, it like just brings you to this place mentally where you're just like, oh my gosh, it smells so good, and it's making me feel this way, right? So it's like, if you can attach a feeling to the way that makes you smell, or the way it makes you feel, the smell, right? I'd love to hear about that. So yeah, just put it in the comment if you would. I'd love to hear from you guys.